Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Kicking It with Gab N Chuch.
I am Gab,
And I'm Chuch.
back with another episode just before the break. Going to be a somewhat shorter one as opposed to our last few that included Champions League and Premier League. We just have a recap for you along with our Barclays men, and we'll take a look at the table as well. A lot of changes so far in the past week. A lot of crazy good results, and we'll start off with our there's a banger of the week. Who do you got for banger of the week?
No one. No, I'm just kidding. Some good goals. I would say. I don't know. I'm unprepared today, buddy. I'm unprepared.
That's all right. I don't know. There was a couple good goals for me. I thought. I'd probably say not necessarily, I guess, banger of the week, but I'd say assist of the week for sure. Raul Jimenez, absolutely disgusting assist. That was one of my favorite goals of the weekend for sure, even though it was against us. Truly unfortunate, but still, wow, just wow. They turned back the time. I mean, we were talking about it last episode. Freaking the Wolves link, the Arsenal link that they have at Fulham. It's just been unreal, and yeah, they put it together. Had us a little shaken, but definitely that's my probably assist of the week. And then let's have a look at our Barclays man of the week, Chuch's Barclays man of the week, until our next episode after the break. So it's going to be a little while here, but take it away.
Meet you.
Another
Swansea player. He had that celebration. If you know, you know. He absolutely tore it apart. In that season where they won the FA Cup, they won the semis against Chelsea. But it was a memorable run for them. He absolutely killed it. I was looking into it again, and I forgot that he was originally an attacking mid. He wasn't a striker. And they saw how good he struck the ball, and they just moved him up top, and he started banging them in.
Yeah, definitely. We have had a few players on that Swansea team that won the cup. Wilfred Bonney, John Joe Shelby was one. A couple good ones there. But definitely, I mean, Michu had 18 goals that season, and he put 2 in for the league competition. That was the 2012-2013 season. Played for Swansea for I think about 2 seasons, and that was it. But either way, absolute beast. Killed it for them. That was definitely their most notable season in a while. And since, that's probably their most notable season so far. Major club trophy, one of their first.
Yeah, he was linked to a move to Arsenal after that season. It fell through, and unfortunately for him, his Swansea stay was shortened because of injuries, unfortunately. But he will be remembered for that season alone.
Yeah, for this. There's been a lot of highlights about him so far. But yeah. Let's move on to our Premier League recap. It's going to be...
Let's kick it off.
Majority Saturday slate. Go for it.
The 4:30 kickoff, we had Liverpool Palace. I said I wasn't gonna wake up for it. I woke up for the first half, saw the goal. I fell asleep right before halftime, and I called it. I called it after that. Did not wake back up. But yeah, nice win for Liverpool. It wasn't as comfortable as I thought it'd be for them. I expected more. They dominate possession, had a bunch of shots, but I feel like they definitely should have scored more.
Yeah, definitely. Typical Jota goal. Um, just a little tap in, I guess you could say. Cody Gakpo with a nice assist. But definitely, I mean, still Crystal Palace, were dominated in possession, pretty much dominated in shots and every other category. I think they had more shots on target though. But either way, still just very, very disappointing. Definitely alarming right now for Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
as they should. I mean, I'm not too sure where they go from here.
From what we know, well, it seems like the gaffer's only worried about politics at this moment.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, stand out from that. Um, Allison looks like he'll be out. We're not too sure how long yet.
I think Virgil van Dijk said that it was a pretty serious one, so it could be a
Yeah,
little while, but we'll see what happens. But definitely, yeah, something to look out for them.
definitely. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Next up, we had Arsenal Southampton. Um, I knew Southampton didn't have in them. The lead only lasted 2-3 minutes. It
Yeah,
was too good to be true. Arsenal come up with the win 3-1. Uh, Bukayo Saka impressed, I'd say. Got the assist, both assists, I think, and the goal.
yeah,
Um,
he did.
so stellar performance from him. I will give him that.
Yeah, he was involved in every goal for sure. Um, I mean, it's just bad when Gabriel Martinelli gets, on the board, then things are really bad. So, not too much to say from Southampton's point of view. We know how awful they have been. But yeah, I mean, nothing to say there. Easy work. It looked like Ramsdale was gonna go out a winner for about 3 minutes there. But yeah, nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Good to see. Cameron Archer get his goal. Um, Sterling got the start. It was good to see that.
Oh yeah, but he's the one
Mhm.
that cost the goal too.
Yeah. Um, and then we saw a little cameo from Marino as well. Um, it looks like they're slowly integrating him into the team. Um, we'll see how he partners up with Rice a little bit more once they start getting that groove in. But it looks like he's supposed to be the next. They're supposed to be the next midfield pairing. That I don't buy it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure about anything about Arsenal, buddy.
Next up, we had Brentford Wolves cracker game. Brentford once again early goal to come away with a 5-3 win over Wolves. Um, we had 8 different goal scorers this game.
Yeah,
Insane.
literally. Yeah, I think only one that was involved in two of the goals was Mikhail Damsgaard, who I think he won Man of the Match IRL. Not exactly sure, but definitely either way. I mean, this one, yeah, for sure. There was 6 goals by halftime. The other 2 goals came at the end of the game, 90 plus 90 minute. But definitely, I mean, we've talked about Brentford. They've been scoring all these goals so early. Haven't won a single game of those. This marked the 4th time they ended up winning. But
Mm-hmm.
second minute goal, I think it was realistically like a minute and 47 seconds in. They counted it as the second minute. Um, and then Matthias Cunha comes back 2 minutes later
Yep.
with the goal. You knew it was going to be a cracker from that. And then you get the Embuemo pen. 6 minutes later, another goal. 2 minutes later, another
Another
goal.
go.
I mean, yeah, right off the bat, you knew that one was going to be insane. But definitely a good one. Fabio Carvalho gets a goal. Love to see it. Strand Larson gets a goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely love to see that. I've been singing his praises a little bit. But yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Brentford should be getting into form. But I definitely think this was a really good one for Wolves. I mean, every week I see a lot of positives from them. They're playing, I guess you could say, their points don't reflect their play, I'd say right now. But for me, just Sam Johnstone has been horrid for Wolves so far.
Yeah, absolutely despicable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cracker of a game. Good win for Brentford. Tough for Wolves.
Definitely.
Next up, we had Leicester Bournemouth. 1-0 win for Leicester.
We called this one. We called this one. We knew it.
Knew it.
This was definitely one we knew that Leicester could win. They did get the win. Um, James Justin with the
With the
assist this
assist.
time again. I mean, this guy's last couple of weeks has been playing out of his mind. Early 16-minute goal and nothing from there. But Bournemouth, I mean, they continue to struggle on the attack week in, week out. We thought maybe last week, but it just turned out to be Southampton. It really is that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so far, I mean, good win for sure from Leicester. Crucial, especially with a lot of their people struggling, or a lot of their surrounding clubs struggling right now. But definitely a good one for them.
Yeah. Lewis Cook did have a goal disallowed as well. Unlucky for him. Looks like they said Evan Nilsson was the one interfering play on that one. But I will give praise to Leicester's keeper, who's been playing pretty well these past couple of games. I think it's back-to-back man of the matches for him now.
Yeah,
Stella. But clean sheet, it's all that matters. A win and a clean sheet. That's all you can ask for.
definitely. Yeah, especially against a team that you think or would hope that you could beat. Definitely don't want to take a loss there.
Agreed. Next up, we had another good game. We called it. We knew it wasn't going to be an easy game for City. City Fulham ends 3-2. Kovacic with a double. Doku cooks a defender under 30. But that was his first appearance all year, so does it really count?
Oh goodness!
The
All
agenda's
right,
back on. The agenda is
all
back on.
right. Well, anyway, yeah, this was a pretty good game. Adama Traore scared us quite a few times. As we
Yeah,
talked about earlier, Raul Jimenez started off the game really quick with an insane assist. 26th minute, only lasted 6 minutes to Kovacic's goal. Kind of was like in a blunder. I think it was right off a corner, and he smashed it in. And then he got another one just like it as well. But yeah, I mean, that was a really good game from him. Was nervous after last week, and Fulham had been red hot, which, very well this game could have been 4-2 if Adama finished off a few chances. But I mean, the
definitely.
guy's dangerous as ever. I mean, you're going up against one of the best teams, one of the best defenses. We've been seeing Adama put in the work against a few other teams in the past few weeks, and he's been doing really well. Can't really blame him too much for this one, but either way, we get the win. Doku with the absolute banger. I mean, I guess it's not absolute banger, but it was a screamer for sure.
Yeah,
With the Rico Lewis assist, and yeah, I mean, Phil Foden finally gets a start. Thank goodness, comes off a little bit early for some defensive substitutes. Matheus Nunes got some good time. Kyle Walker surprisingly hasn't been playing too much, but Rico Lewis has been really, really good.
yeah. And I will say, Troy, like you said, should have had chances that he finished off. He beat Walker a couple times, and if you're beating arguably the fastest defender, you gotta finish it.
Yeah, he had Rico Lewis on one. That was just, man. I mean, Rico Lewis is good, very very good, but definitely showed his youth. He tried to kind of starve off the attacker by pushing back into him, and Adama just slipped right past him easily. It was so dirty. If only he finished that. I mean, I'm not saying I wanted that, but it was pretty filthy either way.
Yeah, but yeah, good game. City. Good win for them. Let's move on to the next game. We have West Ham Ipswich, a 4-1 win for West Ham. They are back. No David Moyes coming soon.
I would not say. I wouldn't say they're back,
Nah.
but this is definitely one where we were like, okay, if West Ham lose this, we need to
Yeah.
consider some things. But definitely, I mean, Michael Antonio with the early goal. I would have been interested to see if
Yeah.
his first attempt didn't go in. It like hit the crossbar and bounced straight down.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up coming out, but he put it away either way. Calvin Phillips had an absolute stinker. This one gave up almost, I would say, 2
Stinker.
goals. But Liam Delap once again answers back 5 minutes after that. But Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta, all these guys we've been talking about that haven't been involved really
Finally
in
show
goal
up.
scoring. Yeah, they finally show up against, unfortunately, at Ipswich Town. But either way, um, yeah, this was a good one for Jared Bowen. He was my man of the match for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just goes to show Liam Delap. I think he's a Premier League striker. If worst comes to worst, we'll probably see him for another club here at the end of the season.
Definitely. Yeah, good to see Bowen, Paqueta, and Kudus all score.
Definitely.
Moving on to the last Saturday game, stinker of the week. Nah, no, it was just it was just one of those games. 0-0 draw. Anthony Gordon misses a pen.
He missed it on purpose. That's his boyhood club mate.
Here we go.
Definitely. But Newcastle dominated for sure. Possession. They had a lot of shots, but only I think one more on target than Everton. But I thought Everton played fairly well. There were a lot of shots, but at the end of the day, not a lot of them were really quality shots. They were digging their heels in for sure, and they had a couple good runs themselves, a couple good spells of possession. But yeah, not a single corner for Everton this game, which was pretty difficult to score without at least one corner.
Definitely, yeah. Um, yeah. Jordan Pickford, man of the match. I felt like he didn't have to do too much. But yeah, keeps them in it. Another point for them, which is good, but drop points for Newcastle. It's getting tough, buddy. Those are the type of games where you gotta find a way to win. But we move on.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Didn't really see anything from Dwight McNeil this time around, but we'll
Started
see what
him.
happens. No Jared Braithwaite once again back out, so keep an eye on that situation as well. And Kieran Trippier has been playing quite a bit more as well.
Yeah. Look, he did get look. He gets subbed off, but it looked like a knock. I'm not too sure yet. But
Yeah.
we'll move on to Sunday's games. We had Villa United 0-0 draw. Um, Disappointing for both sides, I would say. If I was Villa, I'd be super disappointed considering Johnny Evans was starting, and then Maguire coming off with an injury.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'd say this one was. I watched this one, a majority of it on the bigger TV. It wasn't boring, I'd say. It was definitely a lot of end to end at times, but definitely, I mean, both teams had a couple chances to score. Rashford did really well a few times with his chances. Nothing just came of it. Villa only had one shot on target, so nothing too much really going on for them. But there was a couple chances where maybe a couple things could have been did a little bit better. Leon Bailey kind of messed up a few chances. It was just unfortunate for them. But I mean, we get the 0-0 draw. Kind of, I'd say, a positive for Man United. Despite, I mean, they're going through a lot of injuries lately. Again, we're seeing Rasmus Højlund finally come back He looked a lot better than Zersky has been. I will say that. I'd say probably a lot better than he looked last season too, but no effect. Anthony came on, no effect. Casemiro did all right once he came on, not too bad. And but definitely, I think Christian Eriksen needs to be in that midfield from now on. It's been quite well.
Yeah. Looks like Menu has withdrawn from the England team, saying he picked up a knock.
Yeah, yeah, we did see him come off as well. um, but yeah, I mean, there's a couple things. Yuri Tillemans played really good. He has been. Lucas Digne has been unreal for me. It's as well. Morgan Rogers did pretty solid as well. Diego Carlos had to come on for an injured Consa.
Yeah,
He'll probably. I'm not sure if he withdrew it already, but I'm sure he will have. And then John Duran. Haven't seen a couple goals from him in a few weeks, but we'll see what's going on, and we'll see if he keeps it going. He did extend his contract to 2027 and get himself a pay raise, so congrats to him for sure.
definitely. Um, Next up we had Chelsea Forest. I called it. It was going to be a tough game. I thought we would scrape by a 1-0 win, but it looks like we scraped by to get the draw.
Yeah,
Disappointing. Uh, Midweke got the goal. Was nice. Um, Jane Ward-Prowse got sent off in about the 80th minute.
he saved the
Um,
goal though.
Saved the goal. Definitely proper tactical foul. Gibbs White did get injured, unfortunately. Hate to see it. Was down for quite a while.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, we kind of set ourselves up for failure for the Liverpool game. Cucurella is out. Colwill is out. But we had some chances to score. And Cuckoo and Felix both had two good headers that they should have scored. Unfortunate, they did not take advantage of that. Also, Robert Sanchez did good to keep it 1-1, or else we would have conceded right at the end. And also, shout out to Sells. Freaking was insane.
yeah, I think
It's
he
just,
definitely kept them in it.
yeah, this is one of those performances where his saves are as good as goals. He
Yeah,
just
literally.
absolutely kept them in. Was making unreal saves. Um, Nico Jackson, quiet. I felt like he should have been subbed off a little bit sooner, and because we didn't bring on Nkuku till the 81st minute, I felt like he should have been subbed off right around the 65th minute. Maybe that would have made the difference. But I'm not the gaffer. I don't make the decisions.
Yeah, I think actually Wesley Fofana may miss as well. I know he got a yellow. I'm not too sure on that. I'll have to check. But either way, I mean, this was a really good one. Chris Wood doing what he does, poacher esque. Um, James Ward-Prowse absolutely saved the game for them as well as Matt Sells. Matt Sells couple insane double saves off of some disgusting Cole Palmer moves. Hudson Odoi didn't really have too much of an impact. We talked about his curlers, but he started on the right. Was a little odd for him for sure. But I mean, we'll be interested to see how it happens with Gibbs White. I'd probably really like to see Jota Silva, Jack Grealish Jr. Probably get that role up
And
next.
Jack Grealish
He's been playing
Jr.
really well for them. Yeah, he's been playing really well for them. I think he's only like 22, maybe 23. He's been doing really good. Alonga comes on really late. Not too sure. I mean, I just think this was one that proved, I guess, that the Forest Nuno project has been working really well because we saw the same Forest last season under Steve Cooper. and they would leak a lot of goals. Almost not necessarily a ton of different players at the club at this point, but still some changes, and they are able to hold off the major teams from scoring a lot, and they pick up some points, so that's pretty good for them.
Definitely. I do want to say, people are bashing us for losing games like this, or not losing, but drawing games like this. But we got to consider this Forest team. Their defense has been insane. They beat Liverpool at home. Like, it happens. Like, I know we're playing really well, and it's not always going to be, winnings, and we have to accept that, we're still rebuilding. We're still rebuilding. Since the beginning, Marissa said that we want to win, but we also are building. We're we're aiming for top four. That's unfortunately that's the standard that we're hoping for right now, but it's the one that we gotta kind of accept. Just because the previous seasons have not been as good, but there are games like this that'll definitely put us in the right direction. Kind of show us that again we should be winning, and we got to grind out wins. That's what I said last episode. I said if we're gonna win, it's gonna be very slim.
Yeah, definitely. No, this was yeah, I mean it was a really good game to watch for sure. Super entertaining. A lot of shots on target. Both clubs could have scored 2, 3. But yeah, just really good game either way for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, and we'll finish it off with the last Sunday game we had. Brighton Tottenham. Absolute bottle jobs from Tottenham once again. Are we surprised? Um, Brendan Johnson once again with the goal. Um, dude's killing it. I'll give him that. But Brighton showing they've got class, buddy. 3 goals in the second half. Matoma, absolutely insane game by him. Very insane. Welbeck scoring again. This was a good game for Brighton, and the hate watch was on. I will admit.
Yeah. No, I think it really definitely started off as a really good game for Tottenham. 2-0 in the first half. Brendan Johnson, really good. For sure, I wanted to shout out Dominic Solanke. Played a couple of really insane balls to get Brendan Johnson some goals these last couple games. He's really helped their attack, I guess you could say, without getting on the score sheet too often. But James Madison gets a goal from Timo Werner, assist as well. It looked like they were flying on. I want honestly the young Yankuba Minte goal. He was kind of my man of the match, I guess I would say. I think Danny Welbeck won it. But either way, second Danny Welbeck goal doesn't happen without him. I don't even think he got the assist for it, but he put some absolute techers on in the box, barely saved it, and they get the goal off of it. Matoma, his assist on the one that Reuter scored was pure Brighton ball. That ball started from the back, went all the way through. Pure Brighton ball. That was really good goal. The other ones were something special, and I really think 2 of those goals though could have definitely been prevented by just the absolute Tottenham bottle job and the defense. A doggy mistake. I think it was Christian Romero mistake as well. But definitely self-inflicted for sure, I'd say, from Tottenham. But I mean, we're seeing that they could score the goals now to keep up with it, so it could be a little dangerous for them.
Yeah, good to see. Spurs doing what they do. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's our recap for this weekend. Let's get into look at the table. We still got Liverpool up top, 18 points. Right behind them is City and Arsenal with 17. At fourth, Mighty Blues should have been at 16 points, but it happens. And then And then Villa right behind us. We're just ahead of them on goal differential. Brighton and Newcastle tied at with 12 points. Fulham with 11. Tottenham at ninth with 10 points. And Forest and Brentford also tied with 10 points for 10th and 11th. West Ham at 12 with 8 points. Bournemouth 13, tied with United with 8 points as well. 15, we got Leicester with 6 points. 16, we got Everton with 5. And Ipswich is out of the bottom 3 for now with 4 points. Palace with 3 points. And then Southampton and Wolves with 1 point still.
Yeah, definitely scary down there for sure. I'd say realistically, if I'm Palace, I'm kind of panicking right now. I wouldn't say that for Wolves just because I feel like they've been playing well. Been saying that. But yeah, and same, I mean, Southampton kind of look like they're the worst team right now, even though Wolves have more goals scored against them. They've also managed to score quite a few goals more. But yeah, I mean, it really just looks like right now Southampton are struggling to put it in the back of the net. Only 4 goals on the season with 51 against. That's the worst in the league.
51.
United are right there too, only 5. Same with Palace. Ipswich are at 6. But yeah, I mean, even Leicester's pretty up there with 9 goals for. Bournemouth with their struggles, 8 goals. I mean, so definitely some struggles. Surprisingly, Forest are really up there too with 7 only goals for. Newcastle only have 8. Not familiar territory for Newcastle for sure. But either way, I mean, really good one for sure. It's going to be a good season. United's, I think, worst start. One of their top 3 worst starts ever. So we'll see what happens from there. But either way, we'll see where they finish. But Chelsea are looking really strong. Villa are looking really strong as of right now. They look like they could stay in that top 5.
That's the goal. Top 4 for us.
Yeah. Surprisingly, no goals from Erling Haaland this week. We did have Brian Mbeumo jump up to tie for second in the Golden Boot race. Liam Delap jumped up to tie for 5th as well. John Duran's up there as well. Kai Havertz, Nico Jackson, Madueke. Bukayo Saka still leads the assists with 7 as he got 2. And Cole Palmer in second with 5. Wilfred Ndidi tied for 3rd with Mo Salah with 4. That's quite for sure a good one too. Nico Jackson, Jadon Sancho tied for 5th. Another really good one that you may not have thought. Andre Onana with the most clean sheets right now. Really surprising, but go off. And then surprisingly, the most passes in the league, which is usually like a City player, which is like usually a Kanji or Rodri, belongs to a Southampton player right now. It's pretty crazy. John Bednarik, defender.
If it does make you feel a little better, the player with the most accurate passes per 90 is Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, Ruben Diaz is a dog, that's why. But yes, Man City with the most goals, 17 this season. Chelsea right behind them with 16. Arsenal and Tottenham, 1 behind them apiece. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But right now, looking up really good. Some maybe questions to answer for the next transfer window coming up for maybe a few teams. For sure, City would probably be looking for just one more, midfield player maybe, just in case. Just in case these injuries start to pick up again. I'd probably definitely say, Tottenham may be exploring some attacking options potentially. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple good things going on. United always need defenders. So many injuries right now. I mean, I guess you could say you couldn't even. you could, if you're gonna blame him last season for the injuries, you might as well blame him this season for an even worse year. But either way, they are down bad right now, and I'm here for it.
Hate watch.
Yeah. But that is all I got. Any final thoughts before the break?
I hate international break. No,
Yeah.
it's just a buzzkill when everything's players trying to find some sort of form, and then boom, hey, your country wants you, buddy. You're getting drafted.
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't know. Has upsides for sure for me. Always love seeing the country of arrivals and whatnot. I watched the French one earlier. They dropped it. I didn't see the England one drop at all today, but it'll probably be out maybe tomorrow. A couple other nations posted theirs too. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos for sure on clubs. It's always good to see or nice to see what every training facility looks like. It's pretty cool. The French one is all in French, so
We,
definitely I know a little French. I've been on that Duolingo.
we.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Probably got.
Thank you guys, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And you are kicking it with Gab
N Chuch.